Does it matter how you launch a product on Amazon? Is there really such thing as a honeymoon period? My name is Stephen Pope and I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, and I'll be answering that question in today's video. So if you go into Seller Central and you go to an more details or an offers section, you're going to see some fields like launch date, release date. You also have offer start date. These are all things that can be a little bit confusing, right? Bradley over at Helium 10 did a great video where he demonstrated how launching a product by first going live with Merchant Fulfilled, building the listing, and going live all within 48 hours of making the listing could very well make your item sell faster on Amazon. And so we've been wondering at My Amazon Guy, what is the best way to launch a product? So if you start to ask these questions and start testing it, your results may vary. One of the things that we do know is that the quote-unquote honeymoon period is quite a hot topic and potentially even contested, with many different theories behind whether it works and what it does. So I'm going to go through a little bit of that theory and explain some of the options that you have. So when you go to create a listing, you of course want to have the basics in place, right? Your title, your images, and of course, if you could have some reviews on launch, everybody would want them, but in reality, not really possible. Fill out your bullet points, have your A+ content, right? Do all these things so that when you launch your product, you're going to maximize your sales on day one. That's the most important thing that you can do. No matter how you launch, you need to be launching like it's day one at Amazon, as Jeff Bezos would say, and have all of the assets ready. So I'm going to assume most of you get that portion. You know that you're going to launch and go aggressive on day one. You've got a marketing launch plan. You're going to spend a couple grand in the first week and get that PPC going, and you got all your content ready to go. But I'm going to instead focus a little bit more on some of the technical, right? So if you're buying an item directly from China and you're shipping that directly into FBA, your options to do so mean you have to create the listing well in advance of going live, right? And so Bradley at Helium 10 makes the claim that if you make the listing and immediately start selling on it with Merchant Fulfilled, duplicate the SKU, and ship in the second SKU on the same ASIN, completely fine, by the way, white hat on that one, and ship the second SKU into FBA. And then by the time FBA gets in place, you already have some sales, and then FBA takes the buy box, and you're off to the races, right? And through Bradley's testing, he says that he was able to launch faster, get more sales in the door. But that option doesn't work if you have no warehouse, right? Like if you don't have a place to store the goods and then to flip them in, nowhere to do so, right? Most of us who are selling on Amazon do not have a warehouse. That's why we use FBA. So you're going to make your listing ahead of time. So if we go into Seller Central, and when you create the listing, you could do the following instead. So here is an item. I'm out of stock on this one, so that's why I'm choosing it for demonstration purposes. And if I click on the view listing on Amazon, you'll notice it goes to a secondary product in the variation tree. This is also one of the most confusing things when you launch a product. When you've got multiple variations of an item, you don't land on the out-of-stock items. You land on the in-stock items. So if I had this item isolated, this prison mic item, if this was isolated with no variations, I would have landed on an inactive page version of it, but instead, because it's in a parentage like this, I land on the in-stock version or variation that's in stock. So now, if we were to decide that we were going to launch this, let's say 1 month from now, we could scroll down and make some changes in the technical backend attributes, right? So here's one field, offer start date. If you were to put this in the future, then somebody couldn't buy this product until the offer start date had passed or was the day of, right? So if I wanted to change that to, say, March 5th, 2021, and today was the 4th, this item would not be available for sale until the following day. And if we go over into the more details section, there's a couple of additional options. Launch date. This is the date when the customers will start viewing this product on Amazon. What this means is that until this date has passed, nobody can view the product. And what you would get instead is one of those classic Lost Dogs pages. And so if somebody even had the ASIN and loaded it, they would see nothing. They would see no title, no copy, nothing. And the release date, this field is used to set up pre-order and is the date from when the pre-order product will be available to be shipped to customers. So you could start taking sales on the release date, but not be shipping it. And so I think that the key one here is the launch date attribute, and that's because this is when an item can be viewable. Well, we know that the search engine is going to reward sales in the door, right? So we know that the more you need sales to get sales, right? It's kind of a weird statement. So if in the first 2 weeks you launch an item and you didn't set any of these technical fields and you had 0 sales, your indexing on Amazon would basically be 0. Now, if you had 1 or 2 sales, your indexing might be like 20 or 30 keywords. But if you were to launch and get 50 orders in the first 24 hours of going live, you would very likely leapfrog and go all the way to 1,000 keywords indexed within 7 days. And that's why it's so important to treat this honeymoon period, because the value of leapfrogging keyword ranks and indexing for lots of keywords, of course, is massive traffic advantage. So there's a few other tips that I'm going to give on this, right? And so if you don't have your warehouse, you absolutely should be doing your launch date. And so what you're going to do when you first load a product to Amazon, and you can go to that classic inventory, add a product, go here and hit I'm not adding a product currently on Amazon, and type in all of your information like normal, right? And again, I'm assuming that you don't have a warehouse, so you're not going to make this right before you go live. And so you're going to plan it and you're going to load the listing. So maybe when you first load it, you only literally have the UPC and the title figured out. You haven't even taken a photo yet. That's fine if you use the launch date, because it'll prevent the item from being picked up and indexed by Amazon, or at least that's the theory. And through launching that product that way, you get the base data in the system, and then you can have time to optimize it. So you put that UPC and title in the system, it sits in the inventory page, a la you get your merchandising team to go out and get photos, and you optimize it, you get that title in place, the bullets, and you get everything set up so it looks really nice and clean for the launch, and get your designer to build out that A+ content so it's all ready to go. Now, it can take up to 14 days to get an A+ content submission to go through. And so if you are having trouble getting an A+ content submission to go through, I've got another tip for you. Go to your A+ content submissions by going to Advertising, A+ Content, and click into one of these that's already published on your account. And when it's already published on your account and you make a revision, and this is one we just submitted on the 3rd, notice the approved status. That's because we had one already submitted for the SKU, and we made a substantial edit, by the way, right? So like what we did on this listing was a completely redo design for my Mama Shark glass. So with a completely new design, we were able to get that submitted and live in under 24 hours. And so because we know that that edit is less scrutinized on an ASIN versus submitting a new A+ content on a new item, my recommendation is submit a super basic A+ content submission early on, well before you need to go live. Like I'm talking like a single photo and a line of text, something super basic. Get it submitted and approved. And then later, when you've got all of your assets ready to go, fill it up as much as you want, put in all that text and all those graphics and everything that's included with that, and submit it. And the chances are it's going to go through way faster on a edited submission of a past already published A+ content, and go through, instead of waiting that full 2 weeks, it'll probably be done closer in 24 to 48 hours. That's what we found. And here's the proof, right? Like you can see, it was submitted on 3/3. It's 3/4 today, and already live. And again, major changes on how we built out that A+ content. Structurally, very, very different, right? So if we go over to Amazon.com/Momster, this is my personal wine glass brand I use for demonstration purposes. And we go over to Mama Shark and we scroll down, you can see it's already live right now. Let me just kind of go through and look at my other products. So Baby Shark, already live. Brother Shark, already live, right? So like we've done this on multiple SKU variations all in a short time period to get them to go through. And so while I can't guarantee these kinds of results on an A+ edit submission, I can tell you that here's the proof. Like it literally worked for us, right? All right, so that's a tip to get your content in place in a quick manner, right? So as you rush to go live, whether you're up against a holiday or whether you're trying to just get things live as quickly as possible, you want to get all of your assets to go and get them in the door. Now, one of the other things that we have seen people do as well, I haven't tested this myself, but you could get your inventory shipped into FBA, push out a launch date, and then do your vine reviews where you send out the 30 vines and wait for those to matriculate, come in, post the reviews before you do your actual live date, and then start your PPC spend. You know, me personally, I'm not a patient man. I'm not patient enough to wait for Vine to come through because it can take 30 to 45 days to complete. But Vine is free, and it's, you know, if you're starting with reviews, like I think the first product review you get on your listing is going to double your conversion rate. But there's a lot of benefits that when you first launch an item and you put a ton of orders into the system. And by the way, I don't even advocate for external traffic gamification, right? Like no search, find, buy. My agency does none of those things, and they're increasingly viewed as gray hat, sometimes black hat tactics to train the algorithm using, external links for keywords and purchases. So I tend to avoid all of those things. I don't practice any of that myself. And so the question is can you do a product launch with some basic mechanics and just program it correctly and have a great honeymoon period? That's kind of like the main theme of today's video. And my articulation is absolutely. Just make sure you have your handling time all figured out, your, let's go back over to the more detailed section, your launch date set in correctly. And if you do, you're going to be a lot better off. So I have the next video you should watch is our product launch video series, everything you need to know about launching a product, whether it's your PPC, your SEO, brand registry, all of those things are good things to know. So hope you watch that next. My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy.